Good morning or good afternoon, depends on what time you're watching this. My name is John Garner. I'm one of the directors here at Small Town Values, and I'm going to go over our participant handbook with you guys. Our mission at Small Town Values, we are committed to empowering men to embrace a renewed mindset in both life and recovery. We believe every individual is born with the potential to achieve greatness, and our mission is to help unlock that potential. Through personalized support and guidance, we encourage men to step confidently into their purpose and pursue a life of fulfillment and excellence. Our community is built on the principles of resilience, growth, and mutual support, ensuring that each person finds their path to greatness and contributes positively to the world around them. Our vision. At Small Town Values, we foster an environment of transformation and inspire men to realize their true value and potential in life, free from substance use disorder. The directors here are John Garner and Mark Simpsey, and we are available 24 hours a day. Our house manager here is Dustin Bell. Emergencies and procedures. Noted below are some guidelines to follow if you have an emergency or need assistance. If you have a medical or life-threatening emergency, call 911 first, and then immediately call a staff member for assistance. If you need assistance or have a maintenance emergency, notify one of our staff members, and we'll be glad to assist and help resolve the issue as quickly as possible. Any non-emergency issues can be addressed the next day by calling the program director between 8 and 5 or addressing your issue with a staff member. Fire evacuation plans are in the house. If we have a fire, come to the basement, get underneath the basement steps. And in the event of an evacuation, fire, what have you, all residents and staff will meet at the sidewalk at the bottom of the stairs in front of the house. In the threat of severe weather, residents are to shelter in the basement up underneath the stairs because there's no windows. Narcan. Narcan is kept in the kitchen drawer to the left of the sink in the house, and underneath the printer in those drawers, there's Narcan. Let me explain something to you. I will not be the one to Narcan you. I won't do it. If somebody else in this house does it, it's on them. I have to have Narcan in here for if somebody was to do something. But listen to me, you sign a hold harmless agreement to be in my facility, and I'm telling you right now, if you're gonna be dumb, you're gonna be tough. People in this world need to realize if they're gonna play Russian roulette with their life, that there's consequences that come behind that. And I'm telling you guys right now, I will either call 911 or the coroner. If you're gonna be dumb, you're gonna have to start being tough. I'm sick and tired of people thinking that, hey, I can go out and park in this parking lot, and if I mess up or if I do this, that somebody might come along and Narcan me. Well, that's like handing out a fucking participation trophy for people that are idiots. I'm not going to hand you a trophy for being stupid with your life. Why should I? Why should any other person on this planet? I lost my own mother to fentanyl overdose. And guess what? I would tell her the same exact thing. If you're going to be dumb, you're going to be tough. And I lost her in 2009. Back before fentanyl pills were even created. Before they even started putting fentanyl in everything. There's not a drug out there that they don't put fentanyl in now. So if you're going to be dumb, you're going to be tough. Because if it's left up to me giving you Narcan, I'm not your guy. You better pray that somebody else in this house will do it for you, because it ain't going to be me. I love each and every person that comes through this program, but I will not be your saving grace when it comes to that. I just won't, man. That's the... People go out and do stupid things because they know in their heart, well, oh, somebody will come along and maybe they'll Narcan me. Well, maybe they will, maybe they won't. But people need to start realizing that fentanyl is in every known drug. out there. And if you're going to be dumb, you definitely need to be tough. So now you understand there is Narcan in this house. I told you where it was at. I will not be the person that gives it to you. Just being honest. All residents and staff will be trained on how to administer Narcan. Get with the house manager. There's a 15-minute video on Google, and he will show it to you. Policies. Small Town Values house deposits $300 due up front. If you can't pay all of it, the participant can pay $150, and you pay the remaining $150 out of your first paycheck. You're only allowed to get 3 weeks behind on fees and dues and still be able to be a resident in this house. $220 a week due every Friday starting at the end of the second Friday. If you come in on a Thursday the week before, you owe me $220 the next week. Your fees are to cover the cost of the house, to keep it up and running, power, water, lease, etc. All fees are to be paid promptly on Fridays between 3 p.m. by 3 p.m. unless arrangements have been made otherwise. All payments to Small Town Sober Living must be paid via money order. We do not accept. Right now, we're fixing to open a checking account, and I want everybody to start getting a money order. And I will let you guys know when y'all need to do that. Your fees are to cover the cost of this house. Treat this place as if it's your own house. Oh, if I don't pay my power gets cut off. Oh, if I don't pay my water bill, my water gets cut off. It's our job to start teaching you guys responsibility. That's why I was called to do this, is to teach grown-up babies how to become real men in the world we live in. So that's why we do what we do. You don't get just a sober living facility here in this place to where we herd you guys in and out like cattle. We actually give a crap about how you grow in the process of becoming recovered in this life. You can get to a point of recovered. You can become a good man. You can become a valued member of society. And you can have a life that's worth living and break free from the revolving door that they keep you guys trapped in. So that being said, I will let you guys know once I need y'all to start bringing in money orders. Until then, we accept cash, Cash App, and Venmo. All transactions are final. There is no refunds. If you come in on Friday mornings and pay your rent, and then I pop a random on you Friday afternoon and you fail, I will throw you out. All transactions are final. We have a zero tolerance policy. Participants will not have or use any drugs, alcohol, mood altering substances in this house from this day forth, period. This includes but is not limited to any non-alcoholic beer or wine, methamphetamine, kratom, CBD oil, legal weed, spice from a store, or any drug-related paraphernalia. Any supplements. I will teach you guys over the course of your time here about the proper supplements, vitamins, to help repair your mind from the damage that you've done to it. But they must be staff approved. Participants must agree to take a random drug and alcohol screen when requested by staff. I do it every week, non-negotiable. I will give you a random every week to everybody in this house. Alright, participants must agree to take a random drug and alcohol screen when requested by staff. Refusal or failure to take the screen immediately or a positive screen will result in immediate dismissal from the Small Town Values Sober Living house. If you are unable to provide a urine sample within 1 hour, it will be considered a positive screen. If you have a positive screen and dispute the results, you must go to the local testing to get a confirmation test done immediately at your cost. See drug screening policy. Search and inspection policy. Each resident is subject to inspection, and failure to maintain a clean and neat living environment may result in an infraction charge or dismissal. Employment policy. Stable employment and volunteer work are required. You're required to volunteer twice a month, and you're required to go to work. To follow rules and guidelines, participants must work full-time and volunteer 2 times a month in the community. Learning small town values is a huge part of recovery, and your recovery will be the #1 priority more than anything else. Participants are required to seek employment during normal daytime hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with an hour lunch break at the house. Participants are expected to have an employment by the end of the second week of being at the house. No excuses. For the ones that truly want to get to a better place in their life, the ones that I've really seen excel in this program, within a couple of weeks they are out having a job, because they realize the more they sit here, that idle hands is the devil's playground. So they get out, they go to work, and they start becoming productive members of society. First 4 weeks policies. For the first 4 weeks at the house, participants must be accompanied by a senior resident. First 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks in this place, you're required to be accompanied by somebody that's been here longer than 2 weeks. If it is reported that your separation has occurred, the participant is subject to drug testing and infraction fees. They can only leave to fill out job applications, attend meetings, or go to interviews. No cell phones allowed for the first 30 days. If you leave without a senior resident, you will start the 4 weeks over. You will receive an infraction charge and be subject to drug test, and additionally you'll be charged $40 for the cost of the drug test. 12-step recovery policy. At Small Town Value Sober Living, we believe that 12-step recovery programs assist you in remaining clean and sober through the fellowship and support. As a participant, you're required to actively participate and celebrate recovery is what I prefer you guys to go to. CR. If you have to attend the 12-step meeting or get your meetings in for the week because of work or what have you, I'm okay with that. Words have power, gentlemen. And I will teach you that over the course of your time here. Attend 12-step meetings 4 times a week. 2 in-house, 2 out-house. Attain a sponsor. Within the first couple of weeks of being in this house, everybody needs to find a sponsor. Somebody that you can call up and say, hey man, I've had the worst day ever. I need your help. Sponsors should have a working knowledge of 12 steps and actively collaborate with their sponsor. Begin working the 12 steps of recovery with a sponsor within 3 weeks of being at the Small Town Value Sober Living house. Meet in person with a sponsor weekly for an hour or 2 if you're attending a 12-step meeting. Talk to the sponsor daily. I want you guys to start journaling every day. Do not change sponsors without discussing them with Small Town Value staff. Establish a 12-step home group within 3 weeks. Participate in home group service work. Staff reserves the right to determine which 12-step meetings are appropriate to attend. Staff also reserves the right to request you change your sponsor if we feel it would benefit your recovery. This includes residents who have been dismissed from the program. Attend the weekly house meetings. Establish stable employment within 2 weeks of being at the house. Adhere to all rules, regulations, and guidelines of Small Town Values Sober Living House. Relationships and recovery policy. Participants at Small Town Values are required to build a recovery support system. If you are married or have been in a pre-existing relationship for 2 years or more, Small Town Values will meet the participant one-on-one to go over the guidelines for the relationships while you are a participant here. Medication and lockbox policy. For the safety and security of medications, all participants at Small Town Value Sober Living House are required to purchase a lockbox to store their medications. Your lockbox must be under your bed or in your drawers with the key on you at all times. The second key should be given to the program director. Only open your lockbox for yourself or the director of Small Town Value Sober Living House. If anyone else asks you to open your lockbox, please report it to the director immediately. All prescriptions and over-the-counter medications must be taken as prescribed. Any over-the-counter medications must be approved by the program director before being purchased and or brought onto the premises. Any medications are changed or discontinued. Documentation from the prescribing physician must be presented to the program director. Failure to follow these guidelines may result in immediate discharge from Small Town Value Sober Living Program. Property damage policy. Participants must take proper care of all furniture at Small Town Value Sober Living House. Any damage to Small Town Value Sober Living House property will require you to cover the cost of repair or replacement. Pet policy. No pets. Theft policy. If I catch you stealing and I've got a camera in every room in this facility, I will have your butt arrested. And you'll be terminated. Accountability. This is something that's near and dear to my heart, and I need you guys to hear me on this. I expect every man that comes through this program to hold every person that lives here accountable. If I find out that you saw something and didn't report it, like I said, I have a camera in every room of the house. If I find something If I see that you ain't held that person accountable, I will throw you out just as fast as I throw them out. People's lives are in every person's hands in this place. That street code, oh, I ain't no snitch. Look, man, it ain't about snitching on folks. It's about saving their life. Hey, man, if you'll go talk to one of the directors of this place and actually own it, they may or may not let you stay, but at least you own it. And that's what this is about. Accountability is key to working an honest program and holding your other brothers here accountable. You should notify staff anytime you have concerns or questions about yourself, your roommates, or the living environment. We are here to support you. Participants are not allowed to keep secrets about chemical use, rule violations, or destructive behaviors of other community members. If you suspect any of the above, you must notify Small Town Value staff. Failure to do so may result in your discharge from the program. You must always inform someone in the house, Small Town Value staff, about your whereabouts. That's bottom line. Each participant must sign in and out and back in, sign out and back in every time. I keep a log of those sheets, and I expect you to sign in and out, period. In case of an emergency, please contact 911, then a staff member immediately. It is mandatory to have Live 360 installed on your phone, if you have one, before you leave this house. If you turn off your location for any reason, you will be charged with an infraction and be subject to a drug test. You will also be charged the $40 for the cost of the drug screen. Personal responsibility. As a participant of Small Town Value Sober Living House, you're responsible for maintaining a safe, sober, secure, predictable, and friendly environment conducive to recovery. You can achieve this by abstaining from all mood-altering chemicals while a participant, following the rules of the handbook, and respectfully conducting yourself towards other participants living within the house. As a participant at Small Town Value Sober Living House, this is your home, treated as such. Therefore, it is your responsibility to keep it safe. You are responsible for taking necessary action if you become aware of another participant's drug and or alcohol use or breaking of my rules in this place. You must take responsibility, period. You must take responsibility for one of the following: their drug and alcohol use or breaking of rules, and suggest that they go to the staff and be honest. Be honest. Own it. Life is ownership, gentlemen, of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And once you own it in life, you'll find freedom, true freedom. And I'll teach you that as you're a participant in this place. If the participant is honest with staff, we will assist in any way we can. If you are not comfortable with the first suggestion or the individual is not willing, it is your responsibility to bring this information to a staff member as soon as possible. Do not wait 2 or 3 days to come forward with this information. Do it as soon as you are aware of the problem. This will be taken into confidence, and at this point, you are relieved of any responsibility. Failure to report could result in disciplinary action against you. Dress code. Pajamas outside of the participant's bedroom are not allowed. Must always be fully dressed in the shared areas. Clothing that advertises or that is suggestive of alcohol, drugs, profanity, pornography is not allowed. Clothes must be kept clean and neatly pressed. There's washing powders. Don't walk around in stinky clothes, guys. Cleanliness is next to godliness, in my opinion. Grievance policy. If a resident or a staff member has a grievance complaint against staff, a volunteer, or a program director, they should submit the complaint in writing to one of the 2 program directors or the house manager. If the complaint is against the program director, then the complaint should be filed with a different program director or the house manager. A grievance complaint may be filed in that participant. A grievance complaint may be filed if the participant, staff, or volunteer feels that their rights were violated or discriminated against. Sexual harassment or treatment that was not consistent with the policies and procedures of Small Town Value Sober Living House. The person with whom the complaint was filed would then meet the person who filed the grievance to attempt to resolve the situation. The program director has the discretion of also meeting with the person against whom the complaint was filed, either alone or with the person who filed the complaint. Grounds for automatic dismissal. This is F around and find out, guys. Participant who break any of the following rules, regulations may be dismissed from the Small Town Value Sober Living House or placed on an individual restrictive agreement. Visitors in or around the house, includes porch or parking lot. Violence or threats of violence, either emotional or physical, will not be tolerated. Be disrespectful to Small Town Value staff or other participants. Behaving in a loud or obnoxious manner will not be tolerated. Disturbing and threatening the rights or comfort, health, and safety of others in the house. Fighting, damaging, or destroying property. Stealing, to possession of use of any drugs or alcohol on or around the house. Zero tolerance from this day forward, guys. I promise you that. Possession of use or any drugs or alcohol on or around the house. Possession of weapons, drug paraphernalia, or pornographic materials on or around the property, including in vehicles. I reserve the right, Mark reserves the right, Dustin reserves the right to go out there and flip your car upside down just as if we were the police. If you're a resident in this house. If you relapse, failing a drug or alcohol screen, failure to take prescription and over-the-counter medication as prescribed. If you are unsuccessfully discharged from the outpatient treatment, continued non-compliance with rules, guidelines, requirements, and staff recommendations. Do not, from this day forward, take my kindness for weakness. I'm not putting up with it anymore. Period. Refusal to submit drug and alcohol screens, inspection of participants' persons, personal belongings, an apartment, and or a vehicle. Participants who have been discharged from the house will be given up to 1 hour to retrieve individual property and vacate the premises. After 48 hours, the individual's property not taken at discharge will be deemed abandoned and discarded. Means y'all throw your stuff away. Participants' rights. These are your rights while you're here. You ain't got none. I'm just kidding. Knowing the qualifications of the staff involved in your care. Be treated with dignity and respect. Be given information regarding informed consent before the start of your stay. Be seen by a private physician with the understanding that all cost is your responsibility. It's your responsibility as the participant to have insurance. I've got information. I've got numbers to call and get you free health insurance. Ask for it. Expect reasonable continuing of your care, which includes schedules of services and what time staff and services are available. Be fully informed at the time of admission of the rights and responsibilities set forth hereon and of the rules and guidelines governing participant conduct. Initiate a complaint or a grievance procedure. Understand that one may begin the grievance procedure by contacting the director. Request referral resources in the event of dismissal from the Small Town Value Sober Living. Not to be required to perform services for Small Town Value Sober Living House, which are not included in the usual expectations of all participants. While a participant at Small Town Value Sober Living House, this is your home, therefore it is your responsibility to keep it safe. Infractions and consequences. If you hear the words come out of my mouth that says you got an infraction, participants who do not follow the rules, regulations, requirements outlined Small Town Values Handbook will be given the following consequences. Verbal warning to participants. Participants must share their infraction during accountability group and be receptive to feedback from the community. No passes for 7 days. Only permitted to leave Small Town Values Sober Living House for work and recovery purposes. Anything over a verbal warning will result in financial consequence. Your first infraction is $20, the second one $60, the third one is $120, the fourth one you're dismissed from this program. And each time you get an infraction, you get a drug screen, and I'll charge you the $40 it cost me to buy it. Day passes and overnight passes. Day passes may begin after morning meditation and must end by curfew. No passes for the first 30 days. You can request to leave the house with an accountability partner, a resident that has been here for 2 weeks, about 4, like listen, this part I'm going to revise. First 2 weeks here, you can't leave with anybody that hadn't already been here for a couple of weeks and knows how this place operates. Day pass requests must be submitted in writing 48 hours, about 4 days, 2 days. I need 2 days saying, hey, I want to go on a weekend pass. Overnight passes may begin after morning meditation and must end by curfew the following day. Overnight passes on the weekend may start at 6 a.m. and must end on Sunday by 5 p.m. A single overnight pass is not to exceed 36 hours. 12 to 24 hours will be given for the travel time depending on the distance. 2 overnight passes days is after you've been here for a month. 3 overnight passes after you've been here 2 months. 4 overnight passes, that's going to be taken out. No 4-night passes. You get a weekend pass that can start on Friday morning and end by Sunday at 9 o'clock, period. Overnight pass requests must be submitted no later than Wednesday by 9 a.m. Passes may not interfere with anyone in the house meetings. Participants may only submit 1 pass request per week. Overnight day passes will not be approved if weekly requirements have not been met. If you haven't got your meetings in, you're not leaving. If you haven't done your chores, made your bed all week, paid your fees, all fees are to be current before you get a pass, period. Any change in plans of submitted requests must be approved by me or by Mark that, hey, I'm going to be here instead of there. I'm going to do this instead of that. Common sense, gentlemen. You work with me and I'll work with you. Deal? Meetings. All in-house meetings are absolute requirement. Failure to attend house meetings unless the house manager gives permission is grounds for dismissal. All Tuesdays and Thursdays, I leave that to Dustin Bell's discretion, which is the house manager. Y'all come up with he's the one that sets the house meetings, their requirement. It's a law. All Tuesdays and Thursdays, cell phones use is prohibited during any group meetings or activities. Staff reserves the right to confiscate cell phones if they become detrimental to your recovery progress. Please, I dare you, let me catch you doing things you're not supposed to be doing on the phone, calling people you're not supposed to call, looking at things that you're not supposed to be looking at. I will take it away from you. And then you'll have to show me and earn the right to get it back. No cell phones, period, first 30 days. Look, guys, I'm a pretty lenient guy. I don't mind helping people, especially if you get out and find a job and do what you're supposed to be doing. But we'll put Live 360 on your phone, and I reserve the right to grab it up at any time you were to unlock it. If you refuse to unlock it, it could result in a dismissal from a program because that shows me that you're trying to hide something. Curfew and morning schedule, 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. Look, 9 o'clock, guys. You should be settling down for the night. I'll leave this up to my house manager on how they dictate this because I know everybody's working different shifts. Everybody's got to work where they can get a job. But anyways, if everybody's here, it's time to quieten down after 9 o'clock, okay? 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturdays. Lights out Sunday through Thursday. Lights out by 10 if you're in this place. If you're working, that's one thing. Come in, be quiet, be respectful. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't wake people up. Don't be loud. Don't be obnoxious. Don't come in here blaring the TV after you get off work trying to settle down. Come in, get a shower, do what it is you need to do, and go to bed. Each participant must be present in the house at their above curfew times until 6 a.m. unless you're working. Let me know your work schedule, and we'll work with you. If you're here, curfew. Rules are implemented for a reason, gentlemen. There's rules in life, whether we agree with them or not. There's rules in this place, whether you agree with them or not. You will abide by our rules, and we'll get along just fine. Housekeeping. Each participant must be given a weekly housekeeping duties list. House manager passes that out and assigns everybody their own chores. Transportation. Small town value staff provides limited transport. Look, guys, and I stand on this. I am not an Uber driver. I am the director of this program. Mark Sipsey is the director of this program. I'm not an Uber driver, period. If I can, or if I'm headed in the direction you're needing to go to, we can talk about it. Other than that, we provide limited transportation. Personal vehicle. Participants are allowed to have a personal motor vehicle while living at Small Town Value Sober Living House with the approval from the director. Below are the following guidelines and requirements regarding the motor vehicle policy at Small Town Value Sober Living House. Participants must have a valid driver's license. Participants must have proof of insurance with name listed on policy. Participants must have proof of tag registration. No personal vehicles for the first couple of weeks. Must have 60 days sober or 30 days at Small Town Value Sober Living House, whichever comes first. Look, guys, I get that people work. We've had very few people come through this program that has transportation. Come talk to me about it. Maintenance issues and work orders. Look, if there's something broke and you can't fix it, get with the house manager or the assistant house manager. If they can't fix it, they'll contact me. Mailing packages. Listen, I only want Dustin or Charlie getting mail out of our mailbox, period. If I catch you getting mail out of my mailbox, it's an infraction or a dismissal. Please don't do it. Get with one of them, ask them to check the mailbox, and I promise you they will check it and pass out mail if you have any. Leaving the Small Town Value Sober Living House property. Participants are only allowed to leave the property for the following reasons. Work, includes seeking employment, grocery shopping, 12-step meetings, celebrate recovery. I prefer all of you to do that anyway, celebrate recovery. Weekly meetings with a sponsor, IOP, continuing care, therapy appointments, and doctor's appointments with staff approval. After 30 days of admission, any other reasons for leaving a property must be submitted in writing 48 hours in advance and approved by staff. Additional rules and guidelines and requirements. Smoking is only allowed on the outside patio areas. This includes vape. I don't want to catch you vaping in my house. You got me? If you dip snuff, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. If you dip snuff, get a bottle with a lid on it. Not a cup, a bottle with a lid on it. And use the appropriate container. You get done dipping, if you're done with your bottle, throw it away. Because I can cut that out too. I promise. Use of any tobacco products is not permitted inside the house. This includes cigarettes, cigars, electronic smoking devices. If you're using chewing tobacco of any kind, you will use a proper container. Food or drinks are not allowed in participants' bedroom. And I'm about sick and tired of seeing this. Do not eat, drink, smoke, and do not eat or drink in your bedrooms. Don't eat or drink outside of the dining area. Please. I don't like bugs. It grosses me out. I would literally, if I caught a bug in my own house, I would probably burn it to the ground and start over. They're disgusting. I don't want to catch bugs in this place. You have an amazing environment to be in. Let's keep it that way. Thank you. Bedroom doors are not to be closed unless the participants is changing clothes or asleep. Under no circumstances are bedroom doors to be locked. Participants are not allowed to sleep on living room furniture. Sitting there watching a video and you accidentally fall asleep, look, man, hey, once you get up to your bedroom, I just don't want state probation or state agency or community corrections to come in and I got people piled up asleep in my living room. It's rude. Participants are to keep shared areas free of personal items and pick up behind themselves. Look, man, it is my job to show you how to be a responsible human. I expect you to keep shit clean around here. Please, I'm asking. Just keep it clean. Under no participants are to keep shared areas free of personal items and pick up behind themselves. All conversations, activities, visiting, etc. are to be done in the shared areas. At no times are you allowed in another participant's room. If you ain't invited, stay out. If I don't invite you into my house, that means, hey, you're not coming in. Don't let me catch you in someone else's room where you're not invited or going through somebody else's stuff, trying to steal stuff, any of that. Look, man, let's be responsible adults. It's super easy. Participants will be respectful of their roommates and keep noise to a minimum. Quiet time begins at 10 p.m. each night. No laundry after this time. Noise complaints or any other complaints from the house after lights out will result in an infraction. No storage space is available at Small Town Value Sober Living House beyond what can fit in the participant's bedroom. Participants are responsible for their keys. Please see the director for replacement keys. Replacement of keys will be $5. Will be charged per the price enforced by the director. Extension cords are not permitted. Participants are not allowed to move or remove any items in the house without the director's approval. Participants are not allowed to hang or tape anything to walls. Pornographic materials are not allowed in this residence, period. This includes, but is not limited to, internet pornography sites, magazines, video materials, etc. Participants are not allowed to be on the property of any other treatment centers, recovery houses, except for attending IOP, Celebrate Recovery, that sort of thing, guys. Participants are not allowed to be in any other property except Small Town Value Sober Living House. Any products containing alcohol are not allowed. This includes, but not limited to, cooking extracts, hair care products, hand sanitizer. Idiot. This includes, but not limited to, cooking extracts, hair care products, mouthwash, medications, or hand sanitizer. Idiot. Gambling of any form is not allowed. Participants will not be allowed to go to any kind of club where alcoholic beverages are sold. I will not go to an adult entertainment. You will not go to an adult entertainment establishment, which includes, but are not limited to, strip clubs, massage parlors, sex shops, etc. Concerts are not allowed before 6 months of sobriety date. All concerts must be approved and cleared with the house director. Look, guys, you will not do dumb stuff while you're here. If you go to a Christian concert, that's fine before the 6 months. Outside of the 6 months, I want to approve it. Look, guys, we are here to live life and have the best human experience possible. All right, that's all we're trying to teach you guys in this program, because that finishes up our handbook. So where we're at is, as a participant in this place, you don't get just another sober living house to where we're herding you in and out of here like cattle to make a quick buck off of you. We're here to help you find your greatness, to help you achieve more than what the world tells you you can become in this life. We actually care about how we actually give a crap. I'll word it that way. We actually give a crap about you breaking free from this revolving door that has bound you and kept you down for so long. It is our job here at Small Town Values to teach you how to break free from that revolving door crap. And you'll learn about that the longer you're here. I want all of you that come here to treat this place as a brotherhood, to hold each other accountable. When you see one struggling, lift them up. Don't kick somebody when they're down. Be a shining light in each other's lives. I'm going to end this by saying a small prayer. And I want you guys to know this. Look, we are here as the directors and the people that help run this place to meet you where you're at. Not to beat you over the head with a Bible or be some religious cult like some of these facilities have turned themselves into. We just want to meet you where you're at and plant those little seeds of faith about what God's done for us in our own life, to show you what's possible, to show you that you don't have to be another statistic, to get to a point of, yeah, you're in recovery, but yeah, I can become recovered in this life. Not to use recovery wheel as a crutch. I see so many people, oh, if I don't meet with my sponsor today, I might relapse. Oh, if I don't go to this meeting, I might relapse. Look, yeah, you have to work a program, guys, while you're here. But here you're going to learn the mental toughness. You're going to learn the small daily habits to where when you're done with this program, that you can become recovered and get all the tools in your tool belt that you need to survive life. Because, gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, life keeps coming. Whether you're in recovery, whether you've been sober for 20 years, life is going to keep happening. You're going to win people. You're going to lose people. You're going to have good jobs. You're going to lose good jobs. You're going to be up. You're going to be down. You're going to go through emotions. You're going to, that's life. Nothing hits harder than life. And I'm here to tell each one of you that come through this program that if y'all listen just a little bit, that if you apply the things that we offer here just a little bit, that you can get to a point of recovery. That you don't have to stay bound in this recovery wheel, in this revolving door of crap that they lock you guys up in, that robs you of your time, your money, your energy. You can break free from it. So by saying that, I'm gonna say a little prayer, and I hope that and being here, that you guys can find some happiness, can find some peace, can learn to enjoy life, can learn how to set goals and accomplish certain things in your life. That's my prayer for each one of you. So today, God, I pray with all that I am that each person that comes through this place finds the strength, the courage, the honor, the integrity to get to a better version of who they can become in their life. And I pray that in your name, God. Amen.